After my last comparison video, I've been told a lot about Cursed Battlegrounds. And by a lot, I mean a lot. And in the last couple of days, they've gained over 5,000 players daily, which is extremely good. If a JJK Battleground game can do this good in just a few days, I just have to check it out. With all that being said, I will enter the game with my expectations high, but I will be disappointed. Opening up the game, one thing you may notice is that the map is pretty damn big, which isn't really an issue except for the fact that the spawns are really far apart. This isn't really a problem as there is only one middle plate that people will gather to, so PvP is going to be plenty. As for the dummies, they're in the corner of the map, which may initially be an issue at finding them, but afterwards it's probably a positive as you won't get in the way of anyone and you get to test your stuff by yourself. Alright, let's now talk about the characters. Wait, is there only 3? Hold on, that can't be right. Oh, well, I guess it's not a problem. But let's talk about the characters. First one is Yuji, oddly enough. Second one is Gojo, and third one is Early Access. Okay, what the f***? I have no idea how these games mess up their game passes every single time. But can someone explain to me, why does the Early Access game have to have an Early Access game pass? What is this supposed to be? Early access? Let's talk about Yuji. His first move is Diverging Fist, and one thing you will notice is that it is extremely loud. The footage you're seeing is 11 decibels lower than it actually is, and it is still really loud. The next move is Black Flash. It's like Sorcerer Battlegrounds, where you need to have a specific timing for it to do good damage. The timing for this is pretty generous, so hitting it isn't that hard. The third move is Manji Variations. It's a kind of a barrage move which knocks somebody back with the last hit. You can use a forward dash to catch them afterwards and then do another move. The last move is Divergent Perils. It's a counter move which is actually pretty decent. It knocks the enemy pretty far, so it doesn't really allow you to combo. Now let's talk about Yuji's ultimate. And oh my god, I love whoever animated this. And I have to say, this is the coolest Sukuna animation I've ever seen. Sadly though, the rest of Sukuna isn't as cool. And I really don't want to shit on this, but why is Sukuna unfinished? But do you want to know something funny? It does have a fourth move, but it's locked behind a f***ing Game Pass. Do you want to know what that Game Pass is? It's Private Server Plus, so you can't even use it outside of private servers. Even if this move wasn't supposed to be used for Sukuna, why are they working on other characters if this one isn't even done? Alright, well, let's talk about the moves it does have. First one is Dismantle, which does a lot of cuts. Second is Fire Arrow, which is a projectile that shoots forward and does decent AoE damage. The third and last move is Wrath of Sukuna. It's a barrage that goes into an uppercut and then finally a down slam. This is a really nice move and I personally like it a lot. Also, one really cool thing with Sukuna's ultimate is that once it runs out, it kills you, but it revives you to 25% health. Now let's talk about my favorite character in this game, Gojo. For the first move that Gojo has, it's Red. It's an AoE projectile that does quite a bit of damage. The next move is Violent Variance. It's a barrage move, like Yuji's, that knocks the opponent away with the last hit. It has a really generous hitbox and has a lot of stun on it, so even if you miss a couple of hits, it's fine. The third move is Blue. It's a pull move that deals a slight amount of damage and is used as a combo extender. Also, after doing Blue, you can do Violent Variance. You do a different animation and it knocks them a little less far, so there's that. The final move on Gojo's arsenal is Infinity. Like most games, it makes you unable to be hit and it slows people down around you. After activating Infinity, you can also teleport, but only once. This is technically an ability with Blue and not Infinity, but I'm not gonna nitpick that. But let's finally talk about Gojo's ultimate. Holy shit, I'm getting goosebumps. Alright, let's finally talk about Gojo's ultimate. The first move is Limitless. It's a teleport grab that catches someone and then shoots them with red. If you haven't lost your hearing from the other moves yet, you will lose your hearing with this one. The second move is Maximum Output Blue. It's basically a massive grab. It doesn't do very much damage, but it looks hella cool. And props to whoever made these effects for this game, because they look amazing. As for the third move, we have Hollow Purple. And for some reason, it isn't young Gojo's Hollow Purple, it's old Gojo's Hollow Purple. But once more, the animations and effects are top tier. This Holo Purple has a massive hitbox and it one-shots anything and everyone. Like Sorcerer Battlegrounds, upon use it depletes your ultimate meter completely. And once again, Gojo's 4th move just does not exist. But it does technically exist in the Game Pass. Yeah, that's right, Private Server Plus, which means that you cannot even use any of these moves outside of your private server. And for Gojo in this private server, there's not 1, not 2, but 3 new moves that you just can't use otherwise. Out of those 3 moves, one of them is Unlimited Void, which should be in the ultimate moveset already. Then we have Blue Collapse, which just doesn't work. And finally, we have Holo Nuke, which in my opinion looks awesome, but makes me cry because you can't actually use this. Oh yeah, this game also has Takaba.
To Utah Katsu.
Will this beat Sorcerer Battlegrounds? No. Not yet at least. Let me explain. One thing I haven't said up until now is that this game is made by a solo developer. So one guy versus an entire dev team, yeah. Sadly, this game won't beat Sorcerer Battlegrounds. Of course, just for one guy to be this talented, it's just absolutely amazing to me. And if there was a whole team who could work on this game, this could 100% be competition for Sorcerer Battlegrounds. But as of right now, I just don't see it happening. Aside from the extremely loud sounds and the missing moves, this game is really good. The only thing that I actually dislike about the game is the amount of game passes it has. For a game that's unfinished, come on. I understand that the developer wants to make money, but at the moment there is less characters than there is game passes. I also want to quickly address why I didn't talk about Toji. It's because it had one actual move. That's literally just a copy-paste of Yuji's Manji variations. I also sincerely hope that this criticism finds the developer well and this can actually compete with Sorcerer Battlegrounds, as at the end of the day, competition pushes the developers to work harder. And I would like to see both games improving day by day. Now, I'd also like to ask you, the viewer, what do you think? Will it beat Sorcerer Battlegrounds, or is it just a one-time thing? Also tell me down in the comments, what game should I talk about next? Should I keep this series up, or should I just stick to Sorcerer Battlegrounds? I also want to do the YouTuber cliche where I ask you guys to subscribe, because there's like 99% of you who are not subscribed, and that is not an exaggeration by the way. But with all that being said, I'll see you in the next one.